person. And what we're trying to do with this team is make sure that nobody's left behind, because each strategy is not for everybody. So we try to keep it simple and keep it fresh. Hey, Willie, and so that everybody's able to win. I mean, you're gonna win regardless. And we had a rough summer, but hey, the summer is over. It's officially over. Fall is here, and we still got goals to meet before December 31st. And I do know that now that every last one of us on here are better traders than we were in the month of July. Even in the month of August, things are now starting to click. It is starting to click. Trey Stock, the fifth fan, is bae, and I want BWP bae number 2. Ain't no cheating. You're going to have to marry one. You're going to have to marry one. And adopt one as a child. There is no cheating in here. But I'm so proud of Jeff. He is an awesome teacher. This baby knows a whole lot, and we just really get started. He's a Kirkland, so what can I say? He's a Kirkland. That settles that right there. But also, I want to talk to you, and y'all know y'all can't hold water. I got all these doggone water mouths in this chat, and I'm just going to be talking to you just to be talking to you. I love you too, Lando. Lando is finally getting it. Oh, he was so hyped in the beginning. He was just going accounts left and right. I got to get this money. But I'm so glad that he finally got it. Cassandra, Utah. Cassandra, you're in Utah? Oh, Utah, here I come. But y'all shout it out for Orlando. He did an awesome job. He's been doing really good. He finally got it. And, and I love how we celebrate each other and how we don't leave anybody behind and everything, and how this house is just well taken care of. But I am going to say this. It's just called like trader's courtesy. You know how I tell you when you get on with me, and I done showed you something, and until the whole team get it, then I present it to everybody else. You like to keep something special to yourself, right? Some of you still on there asking about the Fibonacci thing. And so I just started knowing it. And, it'll be at IML, but I don't want to put it out there before it ends up on the web analyzing, things like that. Don't ever go to another educator. We all have our specialty. We all have that one thing to where we made a lot of money off of. And, and don't think that we don't talk, because we do talk. And we have our own Telegram chat and our own Facebook page to where we communicate with each other on a daily basis. We communicate on a daily basis, especially more now since we get ready to go to IML. Don't get on another person's education session asking them, and y'all just learned this last week. Now I know it ain't brand new or nothing like that, but you don't know what you're doing for the person that's trying to teach it to you. They're trying to earn a spot on IML. And this could be what earns them that spot. But beforehand, we got to show how many people have learned from it and how many people have made money from it. So that way, when he gets his spot on IML TV, then this is his thing. Even though he got many hats, this could be one of his things that he want to use. But you don't get on another educator. And I'm going to tell you right now, Oren Wright, he is a full, all he uses is the engulfing candle. That's it. That's his specialty. Don't ask him anything about, do he know anything about the B-Dub? He don't trade strategy. He don't. He trade engulfing candles. He stick with what works with him. So the one that went out and did that, don't do that. Do not do that. He ain't going to change. He is not going to change. And you're not going to change him. You don't know how much money that man done made. And he don't have to disclose it. But it's just common courtesy to get on there. He's trying to teach a group of people his strategy, and then you throw another strategy out there. And then everybody get to wondering who's doing that. And that pulls from his audience. That's disrespectful, and I know it came from my team. And I'm not gonna call your name tonight, but you do it again, okay? Do it again. So, anyway, yeah, very disrespectful. But anyway, I hate messing things up for one person. It's called a distraction. And they may not have even been in harm by it, but you still have to follow instructions. And you know how when one mess it up for the whole group, I'm not gonna keep doing that because that's delayed, and that delays us, and then it also distracts us from what our whole focus and goals is. Because while you're running after your dreams, disappointment and distractions are running right behind you to try to stop you. So we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep it moving because I don't want everybody to pay for one person's mistake. So we're gonna keep it moving, and the next time it come out and I get a phone call, you just blocked. You just stick with what you already know. Because I'm trying to get Jeff on IML TV as well as Cam, and don't think that they're not looking at them, because they are, and they could be in this chat right now. But you're not gonna know. So, but anyway, I am so proud of Jeff. I'm not gonna take up no more time because I've already took up 7 minutes of time that I shouldn't even have to take up, because there's 7 minutes of trades that we could have got in because AUB News just hit. But I'm so proud of Jeff and what he's doing. He has a beautiful family. What can I say about him? I can brag about him all day long. He's a Kirkland. This is what we do. This is how we build our name. But he's willing to get on here to take his time out. Oh, and let me say this too. Your $195 or your $160 that you pay every month, you pay that to get in your back office and get on IML TV. All this extra stuff that we're doing during the week with Demetrius, with Sean, Jeff, myself, Guinevere, Shantae, Kaz, Cam, Fanta, we don't get paid for that. We don't. Your 145 comes from your back office. That's what you're paying for. You're paying to get in that back office and learn the basics and get on IML TV to learn that. All this extra that this team is doing, don't make the mistake of thinking that, okay, well, you're supposed to be my leader, you should do this, you should do that. I don't get paid to do that. All this extra, we don't get an extra check for that. We don't. We don't. And truth be told, I make more money trading than I do anything else. But we're sharing this with you because we want more millionaires to pop up. But when you get to the point to where you feel like your check is coming to me, I don't get paid enough for you. I don't get paid for that. So don't disrespect nobody, making it seem like it's their job, because it's really not their job. And some of the ones that are on here, like Cam, Shantae, Fanta, certain ones, they still work with Sean, Denise. They still have a job that they go to, and they still come home, and they still do this because they're working they're on a mission to get off their jobs. But don't disrespect them and don't wear them out. Guinevere, same thing. She's up late trying to do the same thing, going to work, and everybody's inbox, can you this, and she hadn't even got home, cooked dinner at 8. I could barely cook for myself, and my husband was hot the other night. Came in and trying to get on a thing because, some didn't catch it. And if you don't catch it the first go around, you're going to have to wait, because videos get passed out. Dr. Jewel said don't pass out no more videos. And we're not. Especially for the ones that we're trying to get on IML TV. So if you miss it, you just catch it next go round. Okay? So do we all understand? Yes. Okay, I see that. Everybody saying they appreciate it. Thank you. We appreciate doing what we're doing, but when it's turned into a job, when this starts turning into a job, then I'm out. I've already retired. Wrong people don't be missing. Okay, so all right, now I'm 8 minutes over. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to turn this over to Jeff. Jeff, the floor is yours, baby. Do your thing, represent us well.
What's up, Legacy Builders? How y'all doing tonight? Yes, I am back again. It's your favorite investor. Definitely type in win in the chat box, guys, if you ready to win and build some legacies with us. Let's go. Sweet, guys. We're going to get this thing kicked off right way. Part 2, anticipation of the drop. We're going to go over that pair I told you guys to look for last week. If you did, you made some serious money. All right? So, guys, once again, mainly want to talk about that thing V-Dub this week. But first, I got to teach you guys about the market structure. You guys got to understand market structure is key to taking advantage of V-Dub. And I'm going to show you guys why. All right? So, just for examples here, we're going to use Euro JPY. All right? And guys, when you mark up charts, okay, first thing you guys want to do, you guys always know the first thing you want to do is go to that higher time frame, okay? Preferably that daily chart, okay? Because that daily is going to teach you guys the overall bias of where the market's going, all right? What do I mean by that? All right, well, let me show you guys, right? We want to make sure we want to either take advantage of an uptrend or we want to take advantage of some type of downtrend. Either way, we're going to take advantage of both of the moves. All right. So one of the things I use first to start off with market structure, I always go to my little line chart. Okay. And here on my line chart, you guys are going to be able to see each and every last one of these little peaks here. Okay. All these little peaks here, guys, these are very, very important. Okay. All of these, they're very, very important. And let me show you why, okay? Because simply what you want to do, guys, is you want to take a line, draw a trend line, basically. And you want to start from the bottom, and you just want to connect all these little lines, just going up like this, just connecting them, okay? Just connecting all the way out until you can just connect, pretty much the majority of them. Because the trend line is, I say, connecting 2 or more of these points here, just like we did here, 2 or more of these points. Now, why do I tell you guys to go to the line chart? Because it's actually easier when you go and, it's easier when it adjusts to the eyes, okay? So you guys are going to see here, watch when I switch it to this candle chart. Look at that. Look at exactly how this line lines straight up with what price was doing. It lines straight correctly with what price was doing. All right? Now, you guys, there's 3 rules. I want to teach you guys about 3 rules that you guys know. All right? I want to teach you about market structure, okay? The first rule that you guys are always going to look for is an impulsive move, okay? Once you have an impulsive move, you're going to get a nice correction, okay? Some people call this correction a pullback. Some people call this correction a retracement. And third rule you're going to get is you're going to get that continuation move, okay? That continuation move, all right? Bam, right there. That's the 3 rules you guys want to look for. Now, what does that look like, right? What does that look like exactly on the chart? Well, let me show you. So right here, guys, you're going to see, we're going to start right here. This was a nice impulsive move, right? But you guys know you're never going to just go chasing after the candle. You don't ever want to do that. You don't want to just go chasing after the candle, because chances are when you go chasing after the candle, it's going to pull back, right? It's going to pull back before you know it. So you guys are going to see here, this is the impulsive move on this uptrend, okay? And what did it do? It pulled right back down to the trend line, okay? And it went right back up. Does that make sense? Impulse, correction, continuation. Got that? Impulse, correction, continuation. That's what you guys want to look for. All right? Now, what do we have here? What happened here on this trade in particular? What happened? You guys are going to see anytime this crosses this trend line, that is a good indication, guys. That is a good indication you have a change in trend, okay? Anytime it crosses a trend line, your major trend line that you drew, you're going to have a change in trend. What did we have that went here? We had a nice impulsive move, right? Once we got that impulsive move, what did we get? We got that correction, came right back to the trend line, and then it just dropped out of that point, and it hasn't came back since. All right? So, with that being said, now, guys, you guys know a uptrend, it consists of higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs and higher lows. So a downtrend only can consist of lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows, right? So once again, we can go back to the line chart, and we can now connect these lower highs, right? Just going to connect each and every single one of them as much as possible, right? Just like this. Okay? Bam. Watch how your eyes adjust to this. Just like that, your eyes have just now adjusted to that chart. So you guys, clear as day, you can say, it is safe to say, this is on a what? A downtrend, right? It's on a downtrend. So what did we have here? What did we have? Right? So the best possible places for you guys to sell, because you're only going to be looking for sell opportunities, right? Because over here, everything over here was buy opportunities, right? So I call this my buy zone, right? When it crossed this trend line, this now put everything in the sell zone, okay? It now put everything in the sell zone. So I'm only going to be looking for sell opportunities, right? Because what does Daisy Duncan say? The trend is your friend, right? You always want to make sure you're going with the trend to get the best moves, right? To make the most money, right? So any sell, would you guys agree? Any place we put a sell here, even if we didn't put a stop loss or anything, right? Any place we put a sell, we can almost basically say, we can almost guarantee ourselves we're going to make money if we hold that trade out, right? Because why? This is on a downtrend, right? So it's safe to say the best possible spot to sell on a downtrend is your lower highs, right? Because we always want to sell high and buy low, right? So we want to sell on our lower highs each and every single time, okay? So let's look and see here. We had a lower high here, had a lower high here, lower high here. So our only explanation, guys, for this trade, if you wanted to get the best possible entry, right, what would we do? We would probably wait for price to come back off this trend line, right, retest, so we can get a further move that go right back down. Does that make sense to everybody? Wait for that retest of the trend line, and we get a nice move down, right? That is the best entry you could possibly get. The best possible entry, okay? But let's just automatically say worst case scenario, okay? Price decides it doesn't want to give you a nice pullback to this trend line. Well, there's no big deal, guys. Don't worry about that, right? I'm about to teach you how to, take advantage of that if you don't get that nice pullback to your trend line, right? Because in the foreign exchange market, not everything's going to be exact, okay? The market can just change up and do something weird and crazy. It's not going to be exact. NFP could come out tomorrow and just shoot this all the way up here, right? That's a possibility. So we don't know, right? You guys never know what's going to happen in the foreign exchange market. We are only predicting, okay? We are only predicting what is going to happen, right? Make sure you guys have that term. So definitely, guys, you're going to see here, right? Once I have clearly established the way my trend is going, okay? Once I've clearly established the way my trend's going, I'm now going to go down here to my lower time frames, okay? My lower time frames, I'm mainly going to be looking for entries, okay? Entries, right? I'm going to zoom out here a little bit. Now, I can see here on your lower time frames, right? Our higher time frames showed us we were looking for sell opportunities. This was on a downtrend. Our lower time frame here, we basically have, it looks like price has kind of moved up in this motion, right? You guys all see that. Price has moved up from here, and it's moved all the way up to here, okay? So same instance, guys. I always go back to my line chart, okay? And I'm going to connect this uptrend here, right? And I'm just going to connect all these little points here. And I'm going to draw this line straight out, right? Watch this, guys. This is crazy. I'm going to draw this line just straight out here, right? Because now you guys want to take advantage of this downtrend that's happening. You want to take advantage of that, right? So first, when you adjust your eyes to it, you guys just clearly see how this uptrend, every time it hit this trend line, what did it do? It kept going up, right? It kept going up. So if we wanted to take advantage of this uptrend, and guys, yes, you can draw. You could draw this trend line in here too, right? Because this is signaling a downtrend. Like we had a high here, lower high, high. So we could also take this and draw it just like this, okay? Now you guys can see there's only two options we have here. There's only two. Our first option here is if we know this is a downtrend, we only want to take advantage of the sale opportunities, right? We know every time it hits this trend line here, it goes right back down. So our only option here that we have is price is probably going to come here. It's going to do what it did in the past, hit this trend line, and come back up, right? We've established that this is a trend line, so it's probably going to hit here, right? And it's probably going to drop again, right? But what are the three rules that I told you guys about? Impulse, correction, and continuation, right? Watch this, guys. All you have to do is if this pair decided that it did not want to turn around, right? Let me get some of these arrows out of here. But all you guys have to do is if, just to say, for instance, this pair decided it wanted to come down here and turn all the way back around here, right? Now, my aggressive trader wouldn't care because they see it off the trend line and they would take the trade right there, right? I have two types of traders on the phone right now. I have aggressive traders and I have conservative traders. Okay? So my aggressive trader is going to take that sell right here because they're going to look in the past and they're going to say, okay, well, I know every time it hit this blue trend line, it went down, right? So my aggressive trader is going to take that trade there, right? But it's no telling price. Like I told you guys, price could either go here and it could keep going. We don't know, right? We're just basing it off the past, what it did in the past. Right? It could just break up here and then come back down again. We don't know that, right? So for my conservative trader, my aggressive trader takes the trade here. But for my conservative trader, they're going to wait and do exactly what I did on the daily time frame, right? What did I say here? On the daily time frame, you know there's a change in trend when what? It breaks this trend line, right? We know there's a trend change when it breaks that trend line, right? So every single time, even when you go down to your lower time frames here, same thing. Conservative trader, wait till it breaks that trend line. Once it breaks that trend line, what is that? That is an impulsive move. Now, once we get that impulsive move, we're now going to get that correction, right? You guys see that? Correction, and it just happened to tap off that trend line right here that we drew. And guess what? You now get that continuation move to go further down. Does that make sense to everybody? Type, I got it in the chat box if you got that. Perfect. That is what I'm talking about. Everybody's got it. Makes sense, right? Simple stuff. That's market structure, right? But now, like all you guys been waiting for, right? Let's give you guys another confirmation, okay? What I want you guys to do here, now I'm going to get ready to talk about this V-dub tool, right? Based off this, I'm going to leave this mark up here, okay? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this a little bit easier for everybody, right? I'm not going to take you guys through all those steps and everything like that, right? So this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to take my V-dub, all right? And I'm going to take these settings here, and I'm going to copy them for you guys, okay? To make this a lot easier. I'm going to copy those settings. This right here, it only works on TradingView, okay? Only on the TradingView platform can you do this. All right, make sure everybody knows that's clear. Only on the TradingView platform you can do this, right? But you can bring this up if you log into your account. You can bring this up on your phone. So if you're out and about, you can bring this up on the TradingView app and it will show up, okay? So I'm going to copy all this stuff here. And what I'm going to do for everybody, I'm going to post this in the chat box, okay? I'm going to post this in the chat box. So what you guys are going to need to do, all right, you're going to need to copy everything what I just did. Copy all that. So you're going to right click and copy all that. Okay? And what I want you guys to do is when you go to your trading view and you have your chart pulled up, okay? Follow these instructions here. It's very important. When you go to your trading view chart, go to Pine Editor. It's going to be located right down here at the bottom. As you guys see right here, I'm going to circle it for you. Okay? This Pine Editor right here. You want to go to Pine Editor. Okay? Once you get to Pine Editor, go ahead and pull it up. You guys will see there will be three fields in here. Okay? There will be 3 fields in here. You want to go in here. You want to delete everything that's in there currently. Delete everything in that Pine Editor. All right? Once you delete everything in that Pine Editor, you are now going to right-click and paste what I just posted there in that chat box. Okay? You're going to right-click and paste everything what I just posted in that chat box. Once you do that, okay, you are now going to click Save As, right? Because we want to make sure we still have these same coordinates here. You want to hit Save As, and then just click Save. Okay? Save As, and then click Save. Is everybody with me so far? Yes, there's a way to toggle it without VDub. All you have to do is there's an X button. Once I pull it up here, I'll show you here. All right? So once you click Save As, you now want to click Add to Chart. And then you want to minimize it, just like this. So you're going to see all this that's going to pop up.
And then minimize the chart, and then I would see.
Is everybody with me? Are we on the same page?
Once we loosen it, click Save As.
Okay. Go over Save again. All right. Let me do it again here. Once you get to Pine Editor, you're going to make sure you have all these coordinates plugged in. Once you have all the coordinates plugged in, click Save As, and then click Save. And then click Add to Chart. Your chart should now look like mine. You should have like a whole bunch of buys and sells and everything like that. Once you click Save As, you're going to click Add to Chart. Okay? Once you add it to your chart should now look like this. A whole bunch of buys and sells. Then just click, you should be able to click Save if you only have Save. Yes, delete everything in Pine Editor. Delete everything in the Pine Editor, and then copy all that what I just posted in the chat. I posted everything in the chat box there. All right, I'm gonna repost it again, so you guys can have it again, right there. Copy all that information, all that. Just copy all that and paste it in Pine Editor. All right. So I'm going to move on here. Yes, it can be done on iPad. Just through the app. So, what you guys are going to see, you're going to see a whole bunch of buys and sell signals here. Right? But guys, we're not going to pay attention to these small buys and these small sells. That's not what we want to do. We want to pay attention to these long sells here. As you guys are going to see, I'm going to highlight it for you. Let's see here. You want to pay attention to these long sell signals right here that we're getting. And you want to pay attention to these long buy signals. That's all you guys want to pay attention to on this. These long sells and these long buys, right? So, with that being said, you guys know this is we are on a what type of trend? A downtrend, right? We are on a downtrend. So realistically, you guys should only be paying attention to the long sell signals, right? The way this works, guys, is this works on every time frame, okay? Works on any time frame. Every time you get a long sell signal, you can take the trade, okay? And vice versa. After you get that long sell signal, a long buy signal will follow after that. But if you guys know the way that the trend is going, you should only be taking the long sell signals. Okay? So that should make sense to you guys there. So you guys know we just marked this chart up, right? We're getting a long buy signal, right? Well, we should not take this long buy signal because the trend is your friend, right? This is saying it's going to go up. If you look here, guys, look, right here, right? A long buy signal came up, and what did it do? It shot straight down the next candle, right? Because the trend was going down. Your better chance at winning with this system is going with the trend, okay? So we should wait for another long sell signal to pop up. Once you get another long sell signal, then you should take that trade. Hold on there. I think I may have left some people behind. All right, so let's see here. Did everybody get this on their chart? That's my question.
No.
No. All right, perfect. So where did you go to Find Editor?
I did. Mine's is just like a bunch of lines. There's like lines near the candles and everything, but there's no up and downs, no sells and buys. It just looks very strange.
Okay. Share your screen for me just for a second.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
No, sir, not at all.
Let's fix this.
Okay, hold on. That's what mine looks like.
Okay, let's see here. I'm going to take control.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take one of these out.
Yeah, I kept doing it over and over and over.
Shante, did you copy 1 through 85 or just use 85?
I copied what he put in the thing, and that's kind of where it stops. I thought it was funny because it just stopped at singles, 1, and then the ampersand, and there was nothing else.
It doesn't look like it should stop at the ampersand. And like, I usually program stuff too, and it's more than that. I thought something was wrong.
Hold on here. All right, I'm going to do this on your screen.
Okay.
If that did not work, guys,
If you could put it,
if that did not work, all right, I'm going to show you guys a different method you can get those coordinates through. Go to tradingview.com. Once you get to TradingView, where it says ticker, go right here where it says scripts. type in VDub. Okay? You're going to click on VDub. And it's going to load up here to this very first one. It says July 12, 2015. Okay? Click on that very first VDub. All right, then you're going to get this to pop up right here. What you guys want to do is you want to scroll down. Scroll down until you get to these coordinates, the same coordinates right here where I posted in the chat. All right? What you want to do is copy 14 all the way here to 85. 14 through 85. Right click and click copy. All right. Once you copy 14 through 85, you're now going to go right back to your chart. Whatever chart you want to bring up. Bring back up Pine Editor. Take out what's currently in there. And paste everything right there. This is only going to go down to, I believe it's going to say about 72. It's going to say about 1 to 72. Yep. 1 to 72. All right, and then you should hit save. And then click save again. And then click add to chart.
You're awesome.
And then you should zoom in, you should see everything. I'm going to hop off your screen here.
Thank you, Jeff.
Of course. All right, so is everybody with me now?
Jeff, I locked myself out of my TradingView account. I was wondering, can you do this if you don't have an account, or do you need to sign into your account to do this?
So you can't do this if you don't have an account. Yes, you can.
Okay.
You don't have to have an account with TradingView. The only thing about it is just, of course, your information and nothing like that will be saved, your markups and everything like that if you don't have an account.
Okay, got it. Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So can you take control of my screen as well? Sure. Gloria, go ahead and share your screen.
Share screen, okay.
You should see, are you on your computer?
Yes, on my
Okay.
laptop.
You should see at the very bottom of your Zoom, it should say share screen in green. It's like a green folder.
Yes, okay, click that. I clicked it.
Yep, click that and then click the desktop and then click OK. It should pop right up.
Share screen. Did that work?
That's perfect.
So you
All
have
right. And I'm going to ask you to take control over your screen there. You should see a message pop up.
okay, approved.
Sorry, is that just, can you turn that down?
Oh, yes, hold on. Got my okay.
All right. Click on your Internet Explorer for me, wherever your TradingView account's at. Go back to your TradingView account.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Let's get you set up.
There's ticker, okay.
Ticker.
Uh-huh.
Type in VDub, just like that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually need to take us to scripts.
Okay. Scripts, okay.
Click on that one. Okay.
I'm gonna scroll down.
Mm-hmm. Let me copy. Let's see, you said copy 14 through 85. Okay. Right click it. Charts. Okay. Erase what was in there. Okay, so erase all that. Then paste, okay. Then save again, then add charts.
Boom.
Thank you. Got it. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and release your screen there.
All right, so how do I do that?
Just say unshare screen.
Unshare screen. Where's that? Stop share. Okay. Did that do it?
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen there. So everybody should definitely have what we just did there.
All right, Jeff, this is Shari. I need some help.
All right, what part are you at?
You want me to screen share?
Go ahead. Hold on.
Okay.
Back up one.
Back up on
Oh, hold on. Let me take control there.
Okay. Hit approve.
Yep. Yes, copy 14 through 85.
Okay, while he's doing that, I'm trying to see how many was on last week to where your screen should have already been set up. And how many is, okay, I put it like this. If this is your first time on and your screen is not set up, type it in the chat so we all know. You can, it can be set up now. If can y'all not do that on Trading View? If you already tried it and you got stuck, that's different. Your laptop is in the shop, Yolanda. If your screen is not set up, that's what I want to know. If your screen is not set up and you didn't catch the instructions when he did it, and even while he's doing somebody else's, I need to know if your screen is not set up. Miss Sheila, yours not set up. Miss Sheila, you was on last week.
You want me to go back? Thank you, Jeff.
Uh-huh. You can release your screen.
Back out? Okay.
Yep. It stops here.
Yours crashed.
Let's see, where's the...
Oh, Yolanda, you just told me yours was in the shop.
Dr. Kathy,
Yes.
so that we can go ahead and move on and let Jeff do what he is on here to do. Carlos has offered to help people afterwards. So if need be, when this is over, we can do an immediate Zoom after that so that he can do the same steps so that they can put it on theirs instead of...
Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate it.
Carlos is awesome. Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
So
That
those
works.
that are going to need help, just stay on afterwards and Carlos will walk you through it.
Thank you. Okay, Jeff, you can go back to teaching.
All right, cool. So definitely, guys, yeah, you definitely want to wait for this long sell signal, not like this short one that just popped up here. Wait till you get that long sell signal first, and then you want to go ahead, and then you can basically take that trade from that point on and ride it until you get the next long buy signal. Okay, you can get out. Now, say for instance, if you guys wanted to trade those pullbacks, okay, say let's take this one right here for example. I'm going to put a little vertical line here. All right, let's say you wanted to trade this whole pullback right here, right? Obviously, if you go down to your lower time frames, if you wanted to just do 10 pips with this and trade that pullback, you're going to see here. Let me take this out here and zoom over. You guys are going to see here, you got your long buy signal, right? This is why you need to do this on a lower time frame if you plan on scalping the market, okay? The strategy works for scalping and it works for swing trading. But if you wanted to scalp the market, just like we got this long buy signal here, right? We could have took that trade, got that long buy signal, got our 10 pips, and got out the market. Just like that. Now, if you guys want to see exactly how that looks, right? When that long buy signal pops up, I'm going to show you here, right? So we got our long sell signal, as you guys can see there. I'm going to hit this play button, and you guys are going to see how this is actually going to turn out to look. Right there, when we got our long buy signal, okay, I'm going to put a line right here. When we got our long buy signal, we would have took our trade there. Our 10 pip profit mark would have been right here. I'm going to put another line right there. You could have put a stop loss if you wanted to. You didn't have to. Let this play out. You could have did a trailing stop loss. You already hit your take profit target right there. If you wanted to trail the market, you could have continuously trailed the market until you got that long sell signal. There, you're out of that trade right there. You could have got your 10 pips here. If you trailed the market, you could have took another extra total about 30 pips if you trailed the market. All right? Do I wait? Now, when I personally trade, do I wait for the candle to close? No. When I see that buy signal pop up, I take the trade. That's how confident I am about this system. When I see that pop up, I'm in. Especially if it's going with my trend. If it's going with my trend, I'm going to take that trade. Say, for instance, this sell. I could have took this sell here. That would have probably been my 10 pips right there. I would have got out. Right there.
Jeff, I have a question about what you just said. So I know. So you said two things. You said basically that whenever it pops up, whenever the signal pops up, like the buy or the sell, then like on the scalping, of course, not on a higher time, but on scalping, like 15-minute, then
okay.
It's you can basically get in because what I'm saying is you're drawing the trend line on the higher time frames, but with the scalping, I mean, the trend can just change in like all the time. Like you can see different trends a lot of time. So, or the trends change much quicker is what I'm trying to say. So would you just get in whenever you see a new one and then ride it out until you see another and get back in?
Correct. So yes, I still, regardless of what I did, I still would go to my higher time frame, still mark up my charts, still see that this is the overall trend. Let me clarify that. All right, the overall trend is still selling, regardless if you took a buy signal here. Regardless if you took a buy signal here, which I don't recommend, I know for a fact my overall trend is still going down based off my higher time frame. So I know even if I took, let's say for instance, even if I took a sell, right? Even if I took a sell right here, okay, and I did not put a stop loss in, even if I took a sell there, I know because this is going in an overall downtrend. I'm just going to use this line, for instance, right here. Say if I took this sell, right, I'm going to move this out of the way. Even if I took that sell, if I held this trade out knowing that this is still going in the downtrend, I would have had to wait some time. But guess what? Look here. I still would have got my 10 pips. because the overall market was still going down. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you don't. So yeah. So basically on the lower time frames, you keep in mind that it's a sell, but you don't necessarily take the signal based off of the trend.
Correct.
But on the higher time frame, you take the ones based off of the trend. But you just know that if you're in a sell and it starts to go up, you know that since the overall trend is a downtrend, then you just wait it out, and then it'll eventually get back over there since the overall trend isn't down.
You got it.
All right. But in a buy, you would just basically use a trailing stop to basically trail it until it turns back around.
There you go. Because if you hop in the buy, then let's say for instance if you hopped in this buy right here, this is a perfect example. Glad you asked that. But if you hopped in this buy right here, and you got up 10 pips and you were doing a 10 pip trailing stop loss, well, at least you locked in 10 pips. You're at least locked in at your entry. Once this moves 10 pips, you're at least locked in at your entry. At that point, you cannot lose.
Right.
You cannot lose. Even if the market came back down, as we see here, if you would have took a buy there, even if it came back down, hit your entry, you still would not have lost that trade. Now, that's on you, whether or not when you get the greed out and you say, okay, well, I'm up 90 pips.
Oh shoot.
I'm going to get out the market. Well, obviously, if you wanted to keep going 100 pips, obviously you would have lost pretty much at that point. Take your money, and I stress this a lot, guys. You have to have a goal. You have to have a goal of how many pips you're going to shoot for, and shoot for that many pips. Nothing more, nothing less.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
Hey, it's Tracy. So it sounds like your long red and green candles, you're following the trend because you've laid out your direction, and that would be more so. Excuse me, if you were swing trading, your smaller sell and buys are more so for scalping. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, if you want it, it's just another example. If you guys wanted to trade, this pullback, because that's all this is. Like I told you guys, once the market shoots down, you're going to get a pullback. All this is, this whole entire move, yes, this was one big pullback. So even if you learned market structure, I'm going to take this off for a second. Even if you learned market structure, you guys are going to see, right? I'm going to go back to my line chart here, right? Even market structure tells you, guys, look at this. This is crazy. Even market structure tells you, right? What did I tell you guys? Every time it passes that trend line, it's going to change direction of the trend, correct? So even market structure tells you, if you would have drew a trend line and you were trading this pullback up for the buys, which is totally fine, I don't recommend it, but you guys can do it. As soon as it crossed that trend line and came back and retest, get out of that trade. That is your indication right there to get out of that trade. And I guarantee you, VW is telling you it's getting ready to go down. Let's just see. There you go. Perfect example right there. There's your sell signal. Get out. Once you got that retest, that was it. Get out. Does that make sense? Because once it crosses that trend line, that is now an indication of a trend change.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah, you know how to just hide the VW versus president on the trading view?
I do not.
Right there.
Imagine right there.
There you go. There you go.
Was everybody on the same page? Any other questions? Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. Was there someone else?
No,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes, Jess, this is Dr. Student. Hurry, babe.
No, thanks.
Listen, I'm asking a question because I think you gave two different answers. I just want to clarify. Are we moving from long sales and long buys, and we know to get out when we see the next long buy and or long sell? Because someone just asked about the short ones. So are we looking at only the long ones, or a combination of long and short?
Only the long buys. Only the long buys and only the long sells. Do not take trades. I repeat, do not take trades from these short sells. All these little sells that keep popping up here, all these little buys, you only want to look at the long buys and the long sells.
And so long is determined by the thick lines in the background, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
This long green line here?
Yep, it's a long green all the way down.
Right, and the long red.
The long red. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Hi, Jeff. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are these lines that go straight across?
Are you talking about right here?
Yes.
I believe these are like, you could set these as kind of like take profit points from what I've kind of seen in the past when these lines, because these pop up at different amounts of time. So you could actually take these as, you could use these as take profit points. They usually indicate like the last high or the last low of the day, if that makes sense.
Okay. Thank you.
That's a whole nother strategy in the making. Any other questions?
Hey Jeff, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. On mine, right? It comes up. I get that line that you were just talking about. That it probably shows like the high highs. Does it also tell you what's the support and the resistance? Because I noticed like different lines comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Like on my chart, you got a blue line and then you have the red line or a green line or something like that. So I noticed when the blue line comes up, is like the candle will break it or sometimes it doesn't break it. So I don't know if you know about that blue line there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can use it. You can use them. Usually highs and lows of the days, they're usually indication of a great support or a great resistance area, as you can see just from that blue line. And if you look over in the past, they kept testing that area. Even if you look in the past, same thing. It kept testing that area.
Right, because I kind of got on the class late last week, but I ended up getting the indicator on my view. But I've been watching it the whole week. I wasn't trading off it. I was just watching it. And I noticed when it gets to a certain support or resistance, certain lines will pop up. So that's why I was really asking that.
Gotcha.
All right, thanks, man.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Perfect.
All right, so one more question, real quick.
Yep.
Those long lines you saying, right? I noticed some like it will blink and then it comes off and then it blinks, or I guess until it officially stays.
Yeah. I would make sure it stays. I personally like taking the trades when it pops up, especially if it's going in my trend.
Uh-huh.
But if you choose to decide to trade against the trend, I would definitely make sure it sticks and it stays before you get in that trade.
All right. Thank you.
Hey Jeff, I have another question. You answered it, but it's from my notes. I'm trying to clarify something. If you're scalping and it's and like let's say you're scalping and you're going in the direction of the overall trend. Time frame you're going in the direction of the overall trend. Let's say that trend is a downtrend and it calls a signal for a sell, and you say, okay, I want to do 10 pips. When you see ones like that, were you saying that it's likely to hit those 10 pips, or like as opposed to if you're going against the trend, you're going for a buy because it gives you a buy signal. You should go, like, if it's going against the trend, you should set a trail stop. But if you're going against the trend, you should set a trail stop. If you're going with the trend, you should set that amount of pips. Is that what you were saying earlier, or? I'm not sure that was clear.
No, what I'm saying is, if you get it, say for instance this is a downtrend, okay?
Yeah.
So if you get a sell signal, I mean, you could take that trade, take your 10 pips, and leave, or however many pips that you're shooting for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take, for instance, this move right here. I mean, this was a whole 80 pip move.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you could have took that trade, because you're going to see here, most of the chances when you trade against the trend, you're going to get shorter moves compared to trading against the trend.
Oh, okay, right.
So if you go with the trend, it's like, put yourself like this as an example, okay? I use this example a lot. But let's say, for instance, if you were surfing, okay? If you were surfing, you would want to go with the way that the water's going, right? You would want to go with the wave.
Right.
It's the same exact thing with trading. Why not go with the wave, right? It's going to be a smoother ride for you if you go with the wave.
In all time frames.
In all time frames.
Gotcha. All right, cool. That makes a lot of sense. All right.
Got it.
Hello, Jeff.
Yes.
This is Coach Macon. How you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm pretty. Listen, I want to thank you. I got on kind of late last Thursday. I've been playing with this thing and doing it, and I didn't do the large red candles, the big arrows or whatever. But I've been doing the individual smaller candles, and I'm telling you, man, I am 90+% accurate, and I just want to thank you.
That's awesome.
And your mama and them, and how we got to this point. This thing works, and I'm just smiling from ear to ear. And now that you're explaining how to do it the right way, I mean, the sky's the limit. The sky's
the limit. If you do things the right way, I'm gonna tell you guys something, okay? I'm not gonna get too involved in it, but guys, duplication is the key to success, right? If you guys want to be a billionaire, millionaire, duplicate. Do the same exact things that your mentor is teaching you. Do those same exact things, and you guys will be successful, if not more. Do what they're doing. Your mind may tell you to do something different. Tell your mind, no, I'm not doing that differently. I'm going to do what my mentor told me to do, because my mentor did it successfully. And if I'm going to follow the same exact steps, if somebody's giving you guys same exact steps to be successful, why wouldn't you do it? Ask yourself that. Why would I go against what my mentor is telling me to do? Why would I do that? It doesn't make sense.
Crazy. Could you talk about one more time about when it signifies a trend reversal?
Yeah. So let me just get back here. So when you mark up market structure, just like, for example, here, market structure, you get 3 rules: the impulse, you get a correction, and you get a continuation. Mm-hmm. So any trend that you look at, it doesn't matter what if you find a trend on any time frame, right? Any trend that you look at, you're going to see here, as soon as it crosses that trend line and it gives you a nice retest, that's your move to go down, right? I'm gonna back up here. I don't have too much time to see. All right, I'm gonna use this for example. This is on a downtrend, right? That whole move right here was a downtrend. What did it do? It crossed that trend line, gave you an impulse. What did it do? It came back, retested, and it shot up. Impulse, correction, continuation. Use these 3 rules. They're powerful. Impulse, correction, continuation. All right.
Yeah, what I was talking about was, like, as far as it breaking out of the zone, I mean, in addition to those rules, of course, but I'm talking about, like, once it does break out, when will how can you tell with the V-dub that, okay, because you were talking about it earlier, like, okay, if it does this, looking at your trend, the V-dub will tell you this, and that's a for sure way that you need to know to get out. Like, you're saying it, like, at some part where the market was getting trapped.
Okay, so if you took advantage of that move right there, which I was talking about, this one right here, watch how V-Dub shows you. And guys, I'm telling you, don't just use this and just take the signals like that. That's why I said mark up the charts first. Mark up your charts, make sure everything looks right. Just because you get an indicator that tells you this, guys, indicators are just indicators, right? If they were the best thing in the world, I promise you guys they would not be free, okay? So you still have to do your own analysis when doing this. I'm just giving you guys an extra tool to confirm your trade idea that you had in mind of which way the market was going to go. Okay? I'm just giving you guys just a general idea. So you're going to see here how VDub called for that buy signal there. See? It called for that buy signal, came back down, sell. Here on the lower time frame, you would have saw this retest of a trend line here. You could have took the trade off that buy and went up. Right? That's if you were trading a pullback, which is what this whole move was. All right?
So basically, you still use the criteria that you normally would use whenever you're looking for a trade. This is just adding to it as just an extra added help, right?
That's it. It's just confirmation. It's just to make trading a little bit easier. I'm still going to mark up my charts. Regardless, I knew my markups was telling me this. Let's just say, for instance, I'm going to go back to a trade I called last week for you guys. This was a prime example. If you guys remember what the segment was called, anticipation of the drop, right? I told you guys this trade for GJ, be looking for the drop. I said, look for the drop. It is coming. What did it do? It gave you a nice impulsive move down, crossed that trend line. What did it do? Came back, retest. News, I sat here and watched this trade. I did not get in for this buy. I watched this trade shoot up 200 pips to my trend line that I had drew out for you guys and took advantage of it. As soon as it gave me my retest, guess what I did? I popped in my sell because I knew it was going towards my trend. I knew this was a downtrend. Took my 200 pips profit today. That's it. And VDub called it. VDub just showed me as an extra tool. Once again, when I bring it up here, it told me that up there was going to be a buy. I'm sorry, it told me that up there was going to be a sell. So it called everything for me. Look, you see? There's my sell. I knew when I got that long buy, I was waiting for that long sell. And I got in that trade.
Jeff, how long into the candle forming does these red long lines and these green long lines appear? Does it appear after the candle closes or?
No, they appear as the candle's forming.
See, now that's a game changer. So wait, do they ever go like, for example, like if you're looking at a moving average, like the moving average will flicker up and down while it's doing it. Will it sometimes say, okay, will sometimes say that's not, will sometimes say, okay, we thought it was that and then just not show up? Like it'll go away.
I have not put moving averages with this strategy. That's completely different.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like if you look at a moving average, you'll see that the end of the moving average flickered, like when it's trying to decide what price is gonna do. But with this, at some point, whenever it figures out, okay, this is gonna be a sell, it stays there and basically solidifies its decision on what it's gonna be.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Like I know how sometimes a candle goes down and then goes right back up and goes from red to blue, or sorry, from red to green, because you can't make a decision.
Gotcha. But if you get a long buy signal, your next thing you're going to get is a long sell signal, and vice versa. If you get a long sell signal, even if it's a short buy signal, you're still going to get a long buy signal.
Okay, gotcha.
Regardless. Any other questions, guys?
Jeff, you use this primarily on the 15-minute time frame?
All time frames.
I know it's on all, but I'm saying if you're trying to get a perfect entry, would it be best to do it on a smaller time frame?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
And that goes back to that question too. That goes to market with market structure. Market structure, you most people we wouldn't take a trade on a daily time frame. We wouldn't take a trade on the daily chart. We would always zoom down to a smaller time frame to see about getting a better entry. So it just goes back to the exact same thing with market structure. But you're still going to get that best entry with VW2 as well, as it calls that entry for you. You still get that extra confirmation that you're going to get that this is going to go in your favor. If that makes sense.
It does. I understand market structure. I got you. I just wanted to ensure that I had it right. Thank you.
Any other questions, guys? Yes, sometimes I do go lower than 15 minutes. You can use it on any. Perfect. Well, guys, I'm getting ready to head out here. If this session here helped you guys out in any way, I want you to just type in 111 in the chat box for me. Perfect. That's what I love to see. That is definitely what I love to see. Perfect. Well, I'm going to hand it back over here to your host. Shante, you still there? Kathy, still there?
I'm here. I'm right here. Thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you again not next week.
Not next week.
IML next week. So no session next week at all. And for those that did not set your charts up, Carlos will be walking you through. So everybody needs to have their chart set by the time he comes back on again next week, so that we can catch these tips and these strategies, so that we can go through. Gloria, you must be having a moment, girl, because you actually walked through, set yours up, talked them through it as you did it, and you don't remember how you did it. You got it, Gloria. You got it. Don't overthink it. It was real simple. And this is a whole lot. Yeah. Jeff gone. Yeah, so you guys, all we're going to do is keep getting better as we go. I need more millionaires created by the end of the year. You need to be off your job, taking care of your family, building a legacy, and be looking in the Telegram chat, the Ideal Legacy one, for the session right after this to set yours up. Now, if you're set up, don't jump on there. If you're set up, do not get on there. Carlos is going to help you set it up. He is not going to teach it. He's not going to answer any of those questions. He's just going to set your chart up, okay? And it's real simple. Go for the long sales and the long buys, and that's it. All right, that's it for tonight. See you guys later. And team meeting on Monday. There's other meetings going on. I think Cam might have, not Cam.
Cam has a session Saturday.
Okay, and Phantom?
12 noon. I have one 12 noon.
Okay,
Saturday.
Cam is Saturday, 12 noon. And
Eastern.